I was supposed to go to my first WrestleMania. I was so excited. It was going to be the best weekend of my life. I was finally going to see John Cena live. After Survivor Series, SummerSlams, Raws, it was time for WrestlinGifs to wild out at WrestleMania. But no. Let's have a world pandemic. Life is rough right now. WrestleMania is taking place in the SVR 2010 training facility, but that's life. So I thought, why not look back at one of my favorite parts of WrestleMania, the most creative part, the pageantry, the beauty, and the spectacle of WrestleMania. Here are the best and my favorite WrestleMania entrances of all time. When you think of Mania entrances, the first wrestler that probably comes to your mind is The Undertaker. One, because they do take eternities, but also they're just always awe-inspiring. WrestleMania 9 took place at Caesar's Palace in the middle of the day under the bright sun, and Undertaker still managed to look terrifying. First you had the smoke, then you had Taker pull up in a funeral chariot with a vulture. It looked deadly. WrestleMania 14, he was up against Kane, his brother. The Druids were holding the torches and Taker is walking through as thunder and lightning fill the arena while wearing one of his coolest entrance attires ever. And then finally the visual of him standing outside the ring looking at Kane and Paul. Even when Taker came out in his motorcycles, it was special because normally on shows he would come out with his cycle, rev it up, he would get all excited, and then he would drive for like 2 meters before he had to slow it down. But at WrestleMania, he revved it and he ripped it down the ramp. How could you forget WrestleMania 20, the return of the dead man? After 3 years of being Biker Taker, after being buried alive, it was WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden. The Druids are back with the torches, an unexpected Paul Bearer made his first appearance in years, and the dead man returned at the 20th WrestleMania in the world's most famous arena. This one was just special. As the streak at WrestleMania got bigger and better, so did Taker's entrances. WrestleMania 23 where you just saw a shadow as he walked out of the darkness, or how about WrestleMania 27? If you told me Undertaker came out to any song that's not one of his themes and it was awesome, I would have slapped you. Like, what the hell is Taker gonna come out to? So Undertaker came out to the perfect song, Ain't No Grave Can Hold My Body Down by Johnny Cash. If there's one song that fits the Undertaker, that's the song. But my favorite Undertaker Mania entrance will always be WrestleMania 29 versus CM Punk. I don't even have to explain it. All you need is this image. This is legit one of the coldest wrestling pictures you will ever see. There will never be anyone like The Undertaker, and it's hard to find a cooler spectacle and entertainment than The Undertaker's entrance. Speaking of Taker at Mania, how about the night he took on HBK at Mania 25? So you have The Undertaker who comes out with darkness, thunder, and lightning, you know, the typical stuff. Well, Shawn made his entrance the exact opposite of an Undertaker entrance, descending from the heavens instead of rising from the depths of hell. No, literally, he descended from heaven. Undertaker was the demon of Death Valley, always wearing black. HBK was the angel who came in all white, with music playing that fit the situation perfectly. It was great, but then the music stopped. And then the all-white fit was off, and out came the sexy boy. What a scene and what a visual. Michael's doing his signature prayer and the pose, there's fireworks going off. Yo, good times, man, good times. Michaels, though, he wasn't new to WrestleMania entrances. One of the most iconic ones of all time, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 12. So the camera is looking at the stage, the theme is playing, but Shawn is nowhere to be found. Instead, Michaels' mentor Jose Lothario comes out, he points to the roof of the arena, and HBK is in the rafters, dancing and laughing. The crowd is going insane. He is so high up there, and he ziplines to the ring. It's insane to look back at this. Look how high he was up and how awesome it looked when he was coming down. He lands in the seats with the fans, he goes to the ring. Yo, we will never see anything like this ever again. Rest in peace Owen Hart, but entrances like this and performances like the one he gave on that night are why HBK is the icon, the showstopper, and Mr. WrestleMania. Some honorable mentions: Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 32 coming out with Snoop Dogg. Yo, who doesn't love Snoop? Last year WrestleMania, Charlotte coming down to the stadium in a helicopter, just like how her dad did back in '86. That was really cool, man. And Shane McMahon's return to WrestleMania with his sons doing his dance along with him, that was just so cute. Of course, you have the legendary Batista at WrestleMania 21 doing his machine gun pose without any pyro. Stone Cold Steve Austin has always had the most basic entrances ever, but every night he had that crowd going mental. His Mania 13 entrance, it didn't have any pyro or crazy lights, and it wasn't even in a stadium, but everybody remembers it. First you see Austin walking backstage, walking with a purpose. He's talking that trash, he's ready for war. You see the stage, it says Austin 316, and just like his theme, the glass shatters and he walks walks through it. Simple, but an all-time great. You know what's not simple most of the time? Yeah, Triple H entrances at Mania. Twice he had Motorhead performing his theme live. In WrestleMania 22, he debuted the King of Kings theme while sitting on a throne. His entrances were always cool because of the water spit, but yo, once he had his match with Taker at WrestleMania 27, he just decided, that's it, give me all the props, give me all the time I need, give me all the developmental talent, give me everything, and just let me live my best life. WrestleMania 27, you know, just has Metallica blasting, no big deal, and then you see 11 gladiators with huge shields, and then he comes up wearing a huge crown, a deadly mask, and a jacket, and it was epic. Okay, that's fine. The next year at WrestleMania 28, the WrestleMania stage wasn't enough for Triple H. He needed another mini stage on the stage. Yo dog, I heard you like stages. WrestleMania 29, he wanted to show out so bad that they brought back the mini stage from the last year, but this time he got sprayed with dry ice and he had second-degree burns on his body. You would think after this he would calm down with the entrances, but no, he just got even more excited. 30 though is my absolute favorite Triple H entrance. So it was Daniel Bryan up against Triple H, the man who tried keeping him down for months, and Daniel was finally getting his hands on him. So first, epic music that could have been in the Lord of the Rings started playing. Then a throne rolled out, smoke filled the stage, and also, by the way, the mini stage was back again. And then on the throne, there was Sasha, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss in royal gear, and Triple H just sitting there in golden armor with a crown and a mask, a red robe. This was awesome. He looked like a final boss in some next RPG you were playing. You invested 100 hours of your time into it, you finally made it to the last battle, and this is who you were up against. And that's basically where Daniel was living. This was his boss battle. WrestleMania 31, yeah, it just keeps going. Triple H comes from under the stage looking like a Terminator while surrounded by 10 other Terminators. They even got Arnold involved and he's saying it's time to play the game, and Triple H is out here holding skulls. Yo, this guy, I love it. If I could have wild WrestleMania entrances every year, you bet your ass I would be having even more elaborate entrances than Triple H. I respect it. Also, how can you not love the time him and Steph came out together and did the water spit together? If that's not couple goals, I don't know what is. Back in 2000, Eminem did a performance at the MTV Awards with like 100 Slim Shady lookalikes. They were standing outside, and eventually as M walked into the arena, the Slim Shadys walked with him. So in 2009, will the real John Cena please stand up? Word Life played as the lookalikes came out, and they're just standing there. There's so many of them. They're doing the You Can't See Me, and out came John Cena running in between the fake Cenas. I loved it. As a Cena mark, this was beautiful. Also, never forget when John Cena did his audition for Fast and Furious 13 years before it was released. And while we're here, we might as well talk about one of the, I don't want to say the worst, but interesting entrances to say the least. Remember when Randy Orton walked to the ring, walking over sperm? Yeah, that was rough. I always love Roman Reigns' WrestleMania entrances, especially when Mania's outside, just because how epic it looks when he punches the ring and the pyro goes off in the background. Even when I hated Roman back in 2015, I saw this and I was like, yo, okay, go off. Of course, WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair walked to that ring like a king. The robe, the pyro, the music, that was perfect for that match. Dragon Ball Z. I remember the good old days of hating Frieza and Cell playing Budokai all day, so I loved it when the New Day popped out of the big box of Bootios like toys from a cereal box, dressed as Super Saiyans. There have just been so many awesome entrances, even when it's something regular and simple like Bryan coming out with no props or no anything and just doing the yes chants in a stadium filled with 70,000 people. It just hits different. When Bray Wyatt made his debut and I saw the entrance, the first thing that came to my mind was, yeah, at WrestleMania, this is going to look godly. I'm sure I missed some entrances, okay, I'm sorry, but yo, shout out to even the simple ones. When the Hardys came back, the pop, the excitement on their faces, the fans' faces, New Day just wilding out in the back. Even back in 01 with China and the pyro gun. Miz in 2011, he had that Nas Hate Me Now promo and then walked out like a boss. CM Punk had Living Color performance theme live. Kane back in 2005 had Ladders on Fire. I just love WrestleMania entrances. But there's one entrance that is just so crazy, so awesome, and I can't help but smile ear to ear when I see it. It wasn't even in the main events, it wasn't even for a main event star, it wasn't a match for the US title. Granted, Cena was there, but still, the US title. WrestleMania 31. The Russian anthem played, as soldiers held and walked with the Russian flag, cannons on deck, and the beautiful Lana walking in front of them with the US title. That alone would have been fire. Like, okay, respect to Russia, respect to Rusev, great entrance, cannons are blasting, okay, Rusev come out, 10 out of 10, very cool Rusev. And he did come out, yeah. Rusev pulled up in a tank, looking like a G. It was GOAT tier entrance. The tank isn't just there, it's not just a prop, it's driving. Rusev is standing on it with the Russian flag, wearing an Adidas tracksuit to be a true Slav. He's waving the flag in the air. 10 out of 10, legendary, amazing. Every adjective you can imagine that represents something being good, just apply it here. To this day, I'll just be chilling and I'll just randomly be like, yeah, Rusev pulled up to WrestleMania in a tank. I love WrestleMania. It's rough how WrestleMania 36 is going to be like, but what can you do? I hope I reminded you of happier times of WrestleMania. Regardless, let's watch Mania, have fun. If I missed an entrance, my bad. Leave below your favorite WrestleMania entrance. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you for watching.